Well guys, welcome to part 2 of the river scene. And this I showed you at the beginning how I filled in the waterfall that I made with the realistic, with the water effects. I filled in with the realistic water. It will be clear. It sits in here nicely. I measured it. I went ahead, as you can see, maybe in this, well, you probably can't see because this is in the way, but this is poured. Looking good so far setting up. I'll see how it looks in the morning. Sometimes you can set up good and you can come back and it'll be soaked into whatever you poured, whatever surface you poured on. But so far setting up, the top absorbed a little bit, but I really like how it looks. Shallow, and you can kind of see through it, and then this gets a little deeper and then it goes into the deeper river water area. So I like that. Put in a little more foliage. I'll explain that in this video. But that's it so far. This is part 2. So part 3 will actually maybe do a little bit more on this, a little bit more to finish this area. And we'll pour this river area in here. And I'm hoping to get by with 1 bottle. I still have a lot of this left. I'm going to try very hard to, so we'll see how that goes. So thank you guys for watching. As always, comment, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Hopefully catch you guys tomorrow night in the live chat if I get a chance. I should be home, so I hope to catch Vinny's live chat. So if you don't, go check it out. Vinny is BNSF 6951. Great chat, as well as Sparky's, which we all know. Sparky 107 on Wednesday nights has a chat as well. So go check that out too, guys. I'm going to continue working on this and hopefully get some done on the weekend. I've got a big home project due outside, so now that the weather's getting cool, so hopefully I get to that. But this is shaping up really nicely. There's a lot of little things I still have to do to this once it's done, so we'll continue in this series. I'll show you as we go along, but so far so good. This is going to turn out nice. It's going to turn out nice, so I'm happy. So stay tuned, guys, and I will catch you in my next update, and I'll catch you in the live chats. All right, everybody. What I've got here is all the little parts I've done with the water effects. You can see my waterfall here is kind of drying. Well, actually, it's been dry for 24 hours. It's set up. That's about what you want to let this set up. So now what I'm going to do is take my realistic water, and I just got the lid stuck to me there, and I don't want to waste very much of this. Very carefully, and it's hard to do, pour, and God, this is very hard to do with it in, and it will find its, just like it does on any other surface, find its way to the cracks. And we'll just kind of let that settle in there. Whoa, a little much there. Okay. Let me get my... A little bit of this goes a long way, guys. Okay. So I'm going to get something I can kind of stipple this in, let it fill in the cracks. Take it like this. Kind of fill in these cracks a little bit here. Okay. It poured out a little bit faster than I thought, but that's fine. It's still all over the place, but it should stay right here on this page. What I'll do is I'll just lightly do this. Because it will find its way into these cracks. Okay, that's pretty good. I didn't do too bad with this stuff. So that's going to set up, guys. We're going to let this set up for about good 24 hours. Then what I'm going to do is come back, take some white paint, and just go back and touch up these 3D parts of the water effects, and that way they kind of stick out and it looks like foam flowing through your waterfall. So that's it. So stay tuned. I'll show you what this looks like dried, and I'll come back and touch it up. Okay, hey, from the last segment, I thought I told you I would show you how to paint these up a little bit white, put some foam-like looking in there. I'm going to skip that part for now. As you can see, I've cut them out, put them in their place where they're going to go. I'm happy with it. They turned out nice. I hope these aren't sticking because they've kind of been there for a day. You can kind of see the color in there. I will paint a little white on there in some spots to give it some foam look. But happy with how he turned out. What I want to do now is I'm okay with this one up here. I may put a little foliage back there in that corner. Down here, I need to put a little more foliage right here. Maybe a couple more of these little trees in a couple spots. I think will look fantastic. Maybe stick one. Excuse me, I'm going to move the camera there. Put back up in there. I have a couple little details to go in here too. So I'm going to do that and then come back and show you that. And then once I show you that, I'm going to get up here and I'm actually going to first color my water, then pour it on these two levels. And let that, it's going to give me a good idea how this is going to absorb. I think this is going to do well. I sealed it up good with paste and glue, so hopefully that does it, but that doesn't mean that this stuff finds cracks as, you know, water projects tend to do. So hang tight, and I'll be back in the next segment, guys. Alrighty, guys, I've got more foliage in along the side. Definitely down here, there's more foliage. To give a nice look to that waterfall coming down. Put in a little more moss back here, put in a couple more trees. You guys can see. Now what I'm ready to do is pour that top. Now I've colored this a real dark, like almost army green. And the reason why I've done that is because I've kind of looked at rivers and streams around at least the Midwest area and some other spots, and they seem to be like a dark olive green when you look at them. So that's what I've colored it. And now I'm going to come up here, and I think I'm going to come around to the back here. Well, maybe. No, I might just get up on here and very carefully bend this cup and just let that pour in here. It will find its way, and it may come down the waterfall a little bit. I don't want that, but it looks like this is a little off, so it's going to do that. But that's fine. It's actually going to come down here to this and kind of fill itself in too. And I will put a little light touch of green in my waterfall. So I'm going to come around to the back to catch this top. But I'm probably going to wipe that green off once it kind of starts to gel a little bit, because I want to make sure that this gets poured back here as well. I think this is good up here on the top. If it doesn't sink in too much, I think this will be really nice. And of course we want, there it goes. It's filling in on its own on the top there pretty nicely. Just a little bit here. Just a tad over here is going to push that. Whoops. Should push it this way enough. And when I put that fall on there, it should do okay. It should hide this part here sticking out, because there's going to be foam in there anyway. So very happy with the color. I wanted a green river, so that's it. It's pouring down a little bit, which is fine, but it wouldn't look that green if it was actually pouring down like that. So I'm gonna have to clean that up a little bit. And damn it, it's okay if it's like this. Like I said, when that waterfall sits on there, you won't really notice it. I'm a little worried about this over here. but I think we'll be okay. And I can actually maybe put a rock in there too. So if that's the case and I have to hide that, that's easily hid with some brush or something. So, but the top looks really good. It's turned out a good green. It's really not soaked up too bad. So not bad. Now I just have to go back and clean this back up now before this dries, because it's starting to slow down a little bit. So make sure I do that. This looks really good. It's pooled. We'll see how it stays, because, you know, when you do this and you pour this stuff, it'll stay like this maybe for a while, and eventually over time it just soaks in to the base, whatever you put on it. But so far it hasn't. But we'll see here in about 20 minutes. I'll know. No bubbles, so that's good. Down here it would be bubbling up, but so that's good, guys. I'm happy with that. Let's see if I can go in and take a look at it for you. Pick up the camera a little bit, sorry. So you can kind of see that up there. I think looks really nice. This little pool here looks nice with some rapids in it. It'll look nice. And then of course you're going to come down here to this, and you can see it really running. Gives me an idea how this is going to pour. My unlevel basement floor, it's going to pour towards the camera. So that gives me a good idea already how it's going to work. And this is actually doing pretty good. So I hate to leave that there though, because that may stick up because I'm going to do a light pour. But it looks pretty good, guys. So very happy with it. So stay tuned, and we'll get to this. I'll show you the after, and then maybe I'll get on to the river pour. So stay tuned, guys. Alrighty, guys. You can see this is set up a little bit. I think it's turned out okay. I'm happy with it. It did dribble down the back of that where the waterfall be a little bit. I'm okay with that because it kind of looks mossy, which would be behind, you know, behind where there's water and there's rocks. You're going to kind of probably get that. So, and you probably really won't notice that with that waterfall on there anyway. And once I put that on there, my plans are to touch it up with a little light brush of green as well as some white to represent foam. So not a big deal there. We'll fix these couple spots like up in here and right here. When I put that waterfall on there, you really won't notice that with some water effects. So I may have to pour a little bit more on that top. Well, I'll take a look. Let's come over here for a different look. Sorry about this. Come over here up top. Way up top on the mountain here. This, there we're looking at the top of this. It looks, whoop, let me get it in focus, sorry, because I'm way up here. Looks really good right here. I'm not sure if I want to pour a little bit more. This is more clear, and this kind of turning out a little bit more clear down there. You can kind of start to see through it a little bit. Oh, really like the way this turned out here on the top. Like I said, again, when I put the waterfall up here on that ledge and put some water effects on it, that should look pretty nice. So this is a whole different look of the layout you guys probably never seen. Not very many people see this probably on their layout like this, but it's up close. So this will look very nice. So this will conclude the part 2 of this video. So stay tuned for part 3. I'll talk about the touch up to this area, and I'll begin the pour of the river area. So thanks, guys.